My name is Ginger Constantine. I am the CEO and co-founder of Pleo Pharma. We are a company that was founded to try and help people who have cannabis addiction or cannabis dependence, trying to help them with the symptoms that they may experience. PPO1 is a combination capsule. They're combined, the two components are combined into the capsule. It works as a partial agonist at the CB1 receptor and downstream on the mesolimbic system. So it's got a dual mechanism of action. The CB1 receptor is the receptor, it's throughout our body, but the CB1 receptor is in the brain, and THC, which is the active component that gets people high, which is what they like and what people unfortunately get addicted to, is what's in cannabis. And so basically, one of the components, our partial agonist, is binding to that CB1 receptor and helping to relieve the symptoms. We know that from PET scanning that the CB1 receptors become downregulated with chronic heavy use of cannabis. So basically, this is helping to upregulate those or normalize. The attempt is to normalize the CB1 receptors. When that happens, though, acutely, people have symptoms in the mesolimbic system, or what we call the reward system, dopaminergic pathway. And just as an aside, there have been a number of products that have been assessed for cannabis use disorder and cannabis withdrawal. These clinical trials and assessments have been going on, but nothing has really worked. When we looked to see if we could find a treatment for people, what we realized was you probably have to hit multiple areas in the brain. And so the dual mechanism of action became very important to us. And we do believe that's why our data has set itself apart so far from other earlier trials, why our phase 2 data was good, and that we showed that we did reduce cannabis withdrawal. And what was interesting in that study, also importantly, we had many more abstinent patients and many more abstinent weeks with our product than with PPO, but than with placebo. So it's a dual mechanism of action, and it slowly allows the CB1 receptors to upregulate while we feed the dopamine. We applied to FDA, and FDA granted us fast track designation for this. So, which we were the first that we know of in this area that had fast track designation, and which has led us now to our active phase 3 study. In our phase 3 study, we just started randomizing patients 2 weeks ago. And in all of my years, which is many in clinical research, I have never seen a study randomized this quickly, which indicates that there is this huge unmet need that the FDA also recognized. To me, the unmet need is huge. The way we started this company was, my husband and I are both physicians. I have a background in drug development and have been part of many products that have been approved. My husband's an endocrinologist, so we put our knowledge together. But what was interesting was people came to us around the same time in 2019. 3 people came to us around the same time seeking help for cannabis addiction and with withdrawal, which struck us as really odd because, and I'm very embarrassed to tell you this, that I looked at my husband and said, wait, we thought cannabis wasn't addicting. Started doing research and realized, oh my goodness, how wrong could we have been? And that there had been a whole host of studies done, and that there was a huge unmet need. So in learning about these few people initially, and then speaking about this, every place we turned, somebody knew somebody who had a cannabis dependence and was trying to stop and could not stop. People try and discontinue for various reasons. There's a whole host of them, like maybe pregnancy, a job, cost of the cannabis, whatever, family issues, relationship issues. But this will fill a void, if approved, that will help many people who are seeking to quit. If somebody wants to quit, they should have that opportunity. They should be able to, without feeling significant illness. So the phase 3 study is ongoing. And as I said, it's enrolling very quickly, speaking to the unmet need. It's a large randomized clinical trial. It's being done across the country at multiple physician sites. And we'll also be doing a study looking at adolescents as well subsequently, because this is a huge problem in adolescents. And so we believe that cannabis use disorder and cannabis withdrawal really, as I said, go hand in hand, and the cannabis withdrawal is really impeding these kids from being able to discontinue.